So he kind of like put together a dream team of people who were kind of interested in being on a quality team anyway. So
So how long had they been there? Probably what, 20, 30 years on that job?
yeah, this one chick, she been there since 1976. And she been in that department since like 95, 96. So she started in 76. 20 years later, she joined the quality team. And you know what I'm saying? Like 25 years later, she retired.
Yeah, she put in her time, definitely, bro.
Definitely, man.
She definitely put in her time. That's crazy. Is that a union job?
It's a union. It's a Teamster. I think it's local 215.
Sound like a good thing, man. Sound like a good.
Honestly, I can't even complain about what I do. I got my son in there just so he could put some money in his pocket because, I think we had the conversation. He was like dealing with some shit financially, you know what I'm saying, car issues and stuff like that. And I told him, I said, dude, I could get you in here. And I said, in a month's time, it'll turn everything around for you. I said, within 2 months, you ain't going to be looking at the same problems you got no more because financially, you're going to see a major growth. I said, you don't have the responsibilities I have. You know what I'm saying? I said, you don't got no kids. You're not responsible to anybody else or for anybody else. All you have to do is just pay what bills you have and stack your bread, invest in your goals, whatever. And he got in there and he probably making more money than most 40-year-olds.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's a head start for him. And like I had a whole conversation with him about like stuff that people don't really talk about. Like I told him, I said, like when you're in your 20s, I said that's your time to really be like storing away for the winter. You know what I'm saying? You work your ass off. Like this is something society don't promote because they kind of want everybody to be out here and just get in the workforce and just put their head down and grind and spend money, be consumers.
And push your money back into what they already got set up.
Yeah. You're in your 20s. Your 20s supposed to set your 30s up so your 40s you can kind of kick your feet up and go take trips and live your life a little bit more. You'd be more invested. Most people don't tell their kids that shit. They just tell their kids go get a good job. You know what I'm saying? Get an education, get a good job. And then they get out here and then the first thing they want to do is buy cars and big TVs and shit. They don't have a plan. There's no objective.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with getting a good job or going to college. The thing is like, where's the plan at? Why are you telling the kids that instead of just telling them to do that? Tell them the need, the reason why that they need to do that. Why should they have a goal? Why should they chase goals? Why should they have a plan?
There should be like a list of directives, and there should be like some sort of like an action plan.
Yeah.
Have items on that plan. So it's like a lot of times, like parents, especially in our community, any community that lives like at or below the poverty line, usually don't have any idea what the other side looks like. They know what it looks like from a voyeur's perspective, but they don't know from experience. So you have these situations where like generationally we kind of live in this system that for one, we have a lot of broken homes and stuff like that, and kids or parents, I'm not even gonna say the kids because the kids are just mimicking what they see, but the parents or the parent is now supplementing that second income from the other parent that's not there anymore, or if they're just getting child support or blah blah blah, they're now playing a dual role. And the secondary role, they're not even doing a very good job at that because they really don't know how to do that job. You see what I'm saying? And I'm speaking like single mothers. They don't know how to be the man. They're doing their interpretation of the man. So now she's working her ass off trying to make sure she can provide for a home. She might be getting public aid. She might be getting child support, may or may not. But it's difficult because we live in a society that's geared towards dual incomes. That like this, the system we live in has gone out its way to make sure that women were able to join the workforce so they could capitalize on both of those incomes. The problem with that is that because we dug deep into making sure that was a thing, now nobody wants to be couples anymore. Now there's a lot of single motherfuckers out here making a living, and this system is not sustainable on a single income. That's why rent's so high.
Yeah, and you got women thinking that, because and there's nothing wrong with women being able to provide for themselves and go to college and be entrepreneurs and independent. I'm fine with that. I love that. But now they feel like they wear the shoes, they wear the pants, excuse me, they wear the pants in a relationship too. And now I'm your equal, and it's not about being necessarily equal. It's about being able to raise a house and be able to provide for the kids that you plan on bringing up into the house. So now, like you said, we do have this situation where the women are like, well, I don't need no man.
Also, we kind of like what we do is we champion like the outliers. We don't really look at like we don't look at what is standard, what the actual standard is. We just champion outliers. Like LeBron James is an outlier. You dig what I'm saying? He's not the norm. That's not the normal outcome for a single mother to raise her. Derrick Rose is an outlier. If you were the norm, all his brothers would have been just as successful, even more successful than he was. That's why everybody kind of invested in him going to school and playing ball.
He was the one out of all of his brothers.
Exactly. So that's another example of how like the need to have a dual, you know what I'm saying, have a king and a queen in a kingdom. Like the queen can't solely, like a queen can't make a king, but a king can make a queen. You know what I'm saying? Like a queen marries a man, he could be a fucking the guy who runs the tire shop down the street, and she's fucking Oprah Winfrey. You know what I'm saying? If she dies, he's just the dude who married the queen. You know what I'm saying?
They will look at him as a freeloader.
Exactly. Whereas on the other side of that, like a wealthy man, his whole entire lineage is paid out through her womb. You know what I'm saying? That keeps his legacy going.
Correct.
Southside, how you doing? Eastside, how you doing? Westside, how you doing? Northside, how you doing? Southside, how you doing? Eastside, how you doing? Westside, how you doing? Northside, how you doing?